old days, the apron and brown dress, colonial style.
And how does your hair, how do you have it?
My hair's back, but the sides of it's blowing around in the wind.
Do you wear anything on your head?
A little bonnet.
So as you're there in the forest, how old are you? Are you a young girl or are you grown as a woman?
I'm a grown woman.
And how do you feel being there?
Alone. And sad.
And is this place close to where you live? Do you live close by?
I feel it's somewhere I'd go for time to reflect.
And what are you there? You're there in the forest reflecting. What's causing you to be there to reflect? What's happened? You're feeling sad and alone. Something significant happened.
It's like all my family's gone.
And what happened to your family?
There was a fire.
Was this in the house where you lived? Or the village?
We lived on land.
Was there a bushfire?
A house fire.
A house fire? So tell me, what family did you lose?
A girl.
A daughter? Was it?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh. And any other children?
I'm pretty sure I had two boys.
And did they perish in the fire? Or did they survive?
I'm not sure what happened to the boys, but I don't know where they are.
You've lost them?
Yeah.
And did you have a husband as well?
Yeah.
What happened to your husband?
He's missing.
He's missing. So has this just happened recently?
Yeah.
And do you live close to other families on
We
property?
live on a lot of property, a lot of land, and the closest people would be quite a while away. You have to get there by horse and cart.
And do you know what caused this fire?
I think it was something my daughter was cooking.
And were you in the house?
No.
Where were you when that happened?
I was outside, but I'd left her on her own.
How old was your daughter?
12, 13.
And what did you call her? What's her name?
I'm not sure.
So tell me about your life with your daughter, your two sons, your husband? What type of property was this? Was it a farm? What did you farm?
It was just, we just lived off the land, so we just farmed animals to sustain our lifestyle. And it was a simple life, but we were all happy.
And where is this place that you live? What country would this be if you were to know the name of that?
Thinking it's England.
Okay.
But it's cold. And there's a lot of, around the property there's a lot of like straw, long straw grass. It's quite dry where we are, other than the bush and that behind us, the pine trees and
so let's stay in your life, woman. But we're going to move forward in your life, a little way into the future now. Moving forward in your life as you grow a little older. Let's find out what happens. What do you do? Where do you go? As things change and move forward as you grow a little older. I'm going to count from 3 down to 1, and we're going to move to another time, another place that's significant in your life. Perhaps there's other people, something's happening, a turning point, going there. Now at 3, at 2, moving forward in your life to a turning point, and at 1. And allow yourself to be there, experience that. So where do you find yourself now?
an old lady.
And where are you now?
I'm sitting in a house on a little rocking chair with my husband next to me. And I have my grandchildren with me.
And how do you feel?
I'm happy.
So your life has very much changed now. What happened to you? How did you get from where you were to here?
I'm with my husband.
Is that the same husband? Did he come back, or is it a different husband?
I think it's the same husband.
So reflect back to the fire. Go back and tell me what happened. How did you come through all that? Did you had some children that survived, yeah?
I went looking for them.
Your sons
And my husband.
and your husband? But your daughter, she didn't survive?
No.
No. And you've rebuilt your life now. Did you move away from there?
We moved into the city.
And I want you to think about the daughter that passed away in that fire. I want you to see her face. Just get a sense of her and her energy. Just her energy and the sense of her. Does her energy remind you of anybody or anyone that's perhaps come into your current life?
My daughter.
Ah, your daughter. And what about your husband? Does he remind you of anyone?
My husband now.
And what about your two children, your sons? Both of them, they survived that fire. Do they remind you of anyone? Either one of them?
Still can't get a good glimpse of them.
And what do they call you? What does your husband call you? What is your name?
I hear the word Ma.
No. Hmm. And how did you move forward emotionally with what happened? What happened? How did you feel moving forward, growing older through your life, Ma? With that tragedy? Did your husband help you and your children?
I knew I needed to be strong for my husband.
Mm. And you were able to be strong.
I can see how much he loves me.
Mm. So let's move a little more forward. Let's move forward in your life a little way now as you grow even older. Let's go to the very last day of your life. Let's go to the last moments, the last breath. But if it's at all uncomfortable, you can just float above it. But if not, just be there at the last day, the last moments of your life, Ma. Going there 3, 2, and not 1. Where are you now? What's happening?
I'm lying in a bed. And I have my husband, my 2 grandchildren, my 2 sons.
And how are you feeling?
Just happy to have them with me.
Do you sense that the end of your life is close by?
Yes.
Have you been unwell?
I've had a cold.
How old are you now?